So today we are making Greek gyros for a very cheap price of $2. Wow.
That's okay. He did much better than most people do. It's sort of like, ye- I like to say like, imagine it like Yitos, like Yitos. That's the way he always says. Yitos, get me a Yitos, some Yitos on the street, but
Wow, wow. Pull your
it's
goddamn
good.
balls out. Blow it out, get it all lubricated. And the same way.
Okay, what makes it good is giving a to use proper technique. I cannot stress this enough.
Correct.
And I know I always like to make my own bread, and people are like, oh, look at
You
Josh.
don't need the spindle.
Listen, most store-bought pita is so trash. Its shape is better
Also
suited to be
true.
a frisbee than anything else. So making it yourself will present thousands of miles
It's
worth of a
super
difference. And
tough,
it's super easy. 2 cups
not
or 487
good,
grams of
it
lukewarm
rips.
water in a container, then whisk in 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of instant yeast, followed by 1.5 tablespoons or 18 grams of granulated sugar. Was still dissolved, and separately in a large bowl add 5 cups or 750 grams of bread flour and 1 tablespoon or 15
Make the
grams
dough.
of fine sea salt. Mix together till combined. Pour your yeasty juices into your flour mixture. Stir by hand until you get a shaggy dough. Then knead for 3 to 4 minutes or until you get a smooth and dough. Cover with plastic wrap and rise at room temp for 1 hour or in the fridge overnight if you want to make it ahead. Look
Yeah,
at you
I see
planning ahead.
he's
That's
gonna
nice
bake
little
it,
food stuff.
but some yayas or grandmas just
30 minutes before baking,
do it in a
rather
frying
using an
pan.
inverted baking sheet or a baking
The
steel,
dough
place
right
it
into a
into the middle of
frying
your
pan.
oven, preheat to 475 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes,
It's not
then
gonna
punch your
rise
dough
up
down,
as much
split
as
into
that,
8 pieces
obviously,
around
but-
150 grams each, form each piece into a doit ball, cover with a damp towel or greased plastic wrap, and rest for 15 minutes. Then just take each ball and roll them into discs around 7 to 8 inches wide, then one
Yeah.
at a time, open your oven up and carefully slide a disc into your oven using
Like
a
a
floured pizza
pizza.
peel or a cutting board,
Okay.
close and bake for 1 to 2 minutes or until it begins to puff nicely. Flip it over and cook for 1.
It might be a tiny bit under, but you need the
2 more minutes.
browning around
Then
the edges.
immediately remove. Place it in a towel to keep it from
It
drying
looks
out.
good. Yeah, like that. That looks
And
good.
repeat with the rest. Next up, Papa's big meat. Oh, Josh.
Obviously,
but
a lot of
how do you make
people
gyro meat without a spindle?
brush it with
Listen,
garlic
imagine a
or
life where instead of
butter
looking
and
for
garlic.
problems, you look for solutions. So first, you'll need 3 pounds or 1.3 kilograms of boneless pork Boston butt. Cut that roughly into half-inch slices. It
Yeah,
does
this
help to
this
freeze
step
for
is
about
going
an
to be
hour before
hectic
slicing.
though.
Now, once all that's sliced, let's make a basic spice.
But like, it obviously, if you're in America, it's a lot different. But like when you're in Greece, the gyros and the souvlaki, like even stands on the street, it's so cheap just to do that. It's never worth the effort of getting the whole pork roast or pork shoulder, getting it either on a spindle to shave or doing the giant setup in the oven. You can get usually like a, a plate with two like two pitas. So one souvlaki, one gyros, two gyros for €1. Like that's pretty standard. €2 or gyros for €1.
Mix consisting of 1 tablespoon or 3 grams of dried oregano, 1 tablespoon or 9 grams of paprika,
Correct.
2 teaspoons or 6
Correct.
grams of fresh cracked black pepper, 1 tablespoon or 9
Correct.
grams of kosher salt, 1
Yep.
tablespoon or 3 grams of finely chopped rosemary, mix till combined, then add 5 cloves of garlic,
Garlic.
very finely chopped. Mix together one more time,
lot
then
of
stir in
garlic.
2 tablespoons or 30 grams of vegetable oil until you get a nice.
Yeah, that stage or that step technically isn't wrong, but Greeks use olive oil for everything. Anything that can be any kind of oil, like even high heat cooking oil, they'll still use olive oil. It's olive oil for everything. So a Greek would probably, or I'm sure a lot of places in Greece use olive oil, but vegetable oil isn't wrong. You could use any oil to marinate.
Paste. Rub your meat off with all your seasoning
Oh, I
paste.
would
Then once
assume
fully
olive and
coated,
vegetable
dissolve
oil
long
are the two
skewers, at
most
least 8 to 10 inches
common,
long.
two most
Optionally, you can
popular.
stab them into an apple or onion, then 1 slice at a time. Stab and stack your meat
Yeah,
onto the
this
skewers, stacking all
this
the
part's
way
so
up until you have
hectic.
a glorious meat tower. Pop that bad boy under
That's
a
why
foil
everyone
like
in
baking
Greece would
sheet.
just
I
rather
think with a
have
wire rack set on top if you have one, and roast it
one
in an
from
oven.
a
Just
stand
preheated
or
to 400 Fahrenheit, rotate
even
and roast it for about
restaurants.
45 minutes
A
or
pla-
until cooked to an internal temp.
You can get like a whole
455 to
plate of
160
gyros,
Fahrenheit
which
and
serves like 2 or 3
beautifully
people
brown
for
and
like
lightly charred in little
€7,
spots. Then
€8.
remove and let it rest for 15 minutes. Now this will be sliced thinly and beautifully, but only when you're about to serve. Do not slice the meat and let it sit and dry out like it's in the Mojave Desert. Okay, we're not
Yeah,
making
because they
jerky.
keep them
Next,
all
we're gonna make our
juicy.
toppings. What comes after Papa's big meat? Papa's white sauce. Medium-sized bowl. Start with 2 cups or
Tzatziki.
450 grams of full-fat Greek yogurt.
Yeah,
That's
Greek
full
yogurt,
fat.
obviously.
Half of a seedless English cucumber, grated, which will then be lightly salted,
Probably
tossed,
more.
and squeezed of its excess moisture. Once it's given up a good amount of its liquid, you can then add it to your yogurt, along with a quarter cup
Yeah.
or 15 grams of very finely chopped parsley, salt and pepper to taste, 3 cloves of garlic grated, and 2 tablespoons or
A
18
bit low
grams
on the
of extra
garlic.
virgin olive oil. And you have my
And they'd
big,
probably use a bit
thick
more olive oil.
tzatziki.
So I'd probably use the whole cucumber and maybe not double the garlic, but if you use 3 cloves, 4 or 5 cloves, 6, you'll obviously tzatziki's differ by household, but like any tzatziki or grandma, it's super garlicky, and that's what makes it good. And I guess because you'll go to some restaurants or non-Greek restaurants, and the tzatziki is pretty much just like cucumber yogurt. Like there's no garlic, there's no spice to it.
Moving on.
You
Have
shouldn't
red
taste the
onion sliced
yogurt,
as thinly as you can.
and
Make the
even
oil not
barely
big,
the
but really
cucumber.
handful. Pop those into a
That's
small bowl.
why
Cover with a
I
wire
said you
rack,
probably need
wash
more
and
than
soak
half.
for about 30 seconds. Drain the water, and you have raw onion. So
Plus
good.
the cucumber
While raw,
is
you'll be
the
spanking
best part
yourself
while
wondering
dipping.
why
That's what
you
makes it so
overcooked.
thick.
For tomatoes, you'll just need 2 Roma tomatoes, sliced moderately thin, and salted just before serving. Now,
I didn't say any of
optional,
this, but
is
yeah,
probably
it's
my most
always
favorite topping of all time.
onion, tomato,
Fresh.
parsley,
Cut 2 russet potatoes.
and French fries are a must. The cheaper restaurants, it'll be filled with French fries because obviously French fries are cheaper than gyros meat. But like,
Into mashed
you gotta
potatoes.
have
Pop
the
into a
French
bowl,
fries in it.
generously seasoned with salt. Cover with water and
That's
let
what
that soak
makes
for
like
15
2
minutes.
gyros a
Drain the
meal.
water, dry the potatoes off
Like
with a
2
paper
wraps
towel.
with
Get yourself
potatoes
a
are
pot
so
filled halfway
heavy.
with vegetable oil, so about 2 quarts. Heat to 325 Fahrenheit. Fry your potatoes in batches about 1 to 2 minutes or until just barely cooked through. Remove from the oil and drain, then increase the heat to 375 Fahrenheit. And
Yeah, double fry. But yeah, the fries, like some Greeks would say the fries are more important than the lettuce and not lettuce, but tomato and onion and parsley, because like the fry is what makes it filling. The fry, when you go to places that have like the giant pitas, the fries are what gives it shape and form, so it doesn't all fall out. So the fry sort of like keeps it together as well on the inside. And plus, like maybe it's more with teens and kids, but a lot of people in Greece have gyros that it's just tzatziki, like whatever meat it is, and fries, like no vegetables. You just have fries and meat and sauce.
yet again, in batches, fry your potatoes in this dough, and pajama assembly has come. Big boy pita down. I mean, wow, these things are fat, and there ain't no problem with that. You could totally cut
That's a
each
good
ball in
looking
half
pita.
when making the dough, by the way, and get more pita that's moderately sized. Add a nice
It looks
generous pile
puffy.
of your meat, which
It looks
you waited to
nice
slice
and
fresh.
a little bit
Did you get
charred,
this from Papa or not?
but in a
Fold
good
that up
way,
with
not in a bad
generous
way.
dollop or 2 of
The not that the toppings are wrong, but always, if not 2 servings of tzatziki, the tzatziki is always smeared on the underside of the pita, and then the meat on top of the tzatziki. Then you can put a double dollop if you want, or you go tzatziki, meat, your vegetables, your fries, and then either tzatziki or garlic sauce on top of that. So double it.
your tzatziki. Don't be scared.
So it
to
makes
be
every
generous here.
bite
Stack on
of the
some
pita
hot,
so
salty
good
French fries,
if you
your
have
tomato
tzatziki
slices,
on the
which have been
pita.
salted, your red onion, and optionally to finish things up, you can add some fresh parsley on top.
Parsley.
A little pop
You
of
gotta have
onion.
parsley.
Now let's taste and see if this is as good for our mouths as it is for our wallets.
Oh, it'll be
Look
amazing.
at this baby.
I love gyros.
That's busting. Oh my goodness.
That's one
Yeah,
like
you got the potatoes, the
bi-weekly
tomatoes,
food
greens, beans, tomatoes,
I
potatoes.
have all the
More,
time in
more.
Greece,
Something
and
this
not
beautiful for
while
the
living in
fries.
Canada.
The bottom is like crispy, but the top is fluffy. I don't know that I would
Good
be able to
crunch.
tell any difference between a butt cheaper version and a normal version. This is kind of like everything you need. And it also shows the beauty and simplicity of Greek cuisine. You don't need a lot of money to
Agree.
make a great Greek dish. An incredible
Everything's like the
sandwich,
same
whatever you wanna
5
call it.
ingredients.
We're bringing a representative of Greek
Chickpeas
culture.
are
And
in
today,
every
Ronald,
meal.
step in. This is his moment to shine. Every single day he's told us that he's Greek, like we've forgotten. We get it. Okay?
Sounds
We're
like a
Greek.
Greek. He looks very Greek.
Emotionally
He
prepared.
looks like every Konstantinos or Kostas.
I'm not kidding. I didn't watch you do the seasoning for the pork. In Greece, when they make gyros, they don't do like the lamb and beef that they do in the
Yeah,
US.
there's no
It's not as
cows.
much. It's not as popular. They use this pork. However you seasoned it, it tastes exactly like it's from Greece. The proportions are a little bit different than you'd get in a restaurant in Greece.
Yeah. The restaurant in Greece, you'll get way more, like I said, you'll get way more potatoes to meat ratio, and you'll get more
But
vegetables
the
as well.
exact same flavor, emphasis on putting the fries in the middle.
I
with
guess
the
it's a lot of
tomato, the
meat, so I'm
onions.
sure it'd be
You
very
hit it on
good,
the
but-
head.
The Greek sign off.
We're better than Italians. Just kidding. Italians are great. Just Greeks know food a little bit better.
What,
As
the
Gordon
2
Ramsay
olive oil
said-
kingdoms?
No, you did a phenomenal job.
All right, we got the Greek sign off. You heard
looks
it
good.
here, and all for an affordable price. No more god dang excuses. But you want to know what else
I like how there's the lemon though. Sometimes some people put a bit of lemon on, like you would put like Taco Bell sauce on Taco Bell. Some people put lemon on like their next bite. But one good thing is because as you see, a lot of stuff will fall out. You'll have bits of meat, you'll have bits of potato, you'll have bits of maybe pita. You put a little bit of lemon on top of those leftovers, and you pick them up with the fork. That clean the whole plate. That's like the best part. All right.